Your life was not supposed to be cookie cutter. Okay, this message is for somebody who it's as though you are the magic, like you are the walking miracle, but you forget along the way. It's almost like you're being guided to take these actions towards what your heart is calling you towards, which is ultimately your path towards your divine alignment. And then you stop yourself. Maybe you do the whole procrastination thing, fear of failure, fear of not being able to handle it when it comes across, whatever might happen. And your inner yang, right? I talk about your inner yin and yang, right? Your inner divine masculine energy is being activated in that, whoever you are embodied as. So you can really prove to yourself that you have got what it takes here, right? Your wholeness, your inner union is being activated. You're not meant to be living that cookie cutter life. You're meant to be helping people believe in magic and miracles, okay? In fact, let me take this deck first. Let's just see who this is for, what message you need to be aware of, and see if there's anything about timing. Yeah, Mercury, the magician. Curious, quick, there's communication. You have ideas. You have so many ideas coming fast. Okay, you could have one of those brains, those minds that just like work so fast paced. Maybe you have like all these different tabs open at once, all these different things that you want to do. Maybe you're quite creative, Okay, Sagittarius, Temperance. So you've had to learn alchemy. You've had to learn how to balance these different parts of you, to find that. I think this is where there's something about moderation here as well. So maybe you are someone who overperforms, maybe you've needed to have lessons with perfection, and things don't have to be perfect for you to move forwards, right? Because what is perfect, what is the ideal, other than stopping you and putting you back into procrastination so you don't move forwards, right? And moving forward, you really do, as you overcome, if there's hurdles or if you really hone in on the beautiful milestone that you reach, each time you're going to be proving to yourself that you've got this. So Sagittarius season could be important here, but there's definitely something about your learning how to honor that magic, that and that's the first card was a magician as well. I keep talking about magic. So yeah, honoring that head and heart. Fire, oh my god, you could be fire sign, but expect the unexpected. Again, creative, impulsive. That is so interesting. Passionate. You're definitely very passionate. I can feel it. You've got Virgo here as well, the Hermit. So again, Mercury energies. This is a very personal journey. Soul searching, solitude, enlightenment. Expect the unexpected. I think you are the dark horse. Whoever this is, you're a dark horse. And I think you have so much passion within you. It's almost like maybe it's been misdirected, if you want to use that word, in the past. And maybe you're not sure how to harness it yourself. But whoever this is currently, Twin Flames, the bottom of the deck, you are in that period of learning how to do that. So when you feel that procrastination, that's that past version of you that you're learning how to cycle out. Okay, and do things differently. Again, Virgo. This says fall time as well. So autumn could be very, very relevant. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is currently autumn time with this Twin Flame card. Maybe you are on this journey and you see yourself as on the Twin Flame journey, and this is a big part of you moving forwards. You finding that inner alignment, remember that inner alchemy, right? With this Sagittarius Temperance card here, to truly be able to become that beautiful, that divine mirror. But I think that you're a divine mirror for anyone who crosses your path, and really honouring that mirror that you might have with your divine counterpart as well. You're already being prepared for something bigger than what you think, than what you realise. And you think it's just this, but you have something else that you're being prepared for. Earth sign energy says things being stuck, right? But you're finding your groundedness, your practicality, your dependable energy, that masculine energy within you, yang. That's the whole point of this. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it does feel stuck, because it's within your power to make that move, to take things forwards. Yeah, mutable signs. Again, mutable signs can be really important. So this is about endings, but also being a chameleon. So wrapping up that old cycle and that mutable energy, they're really able to adapt to new situations, right? Doing that because again, you've got the sun here, more fire energy, Leo energy, vitality, success, right? Purpose. So you're wrapping up this cycle of being stuck and thinking that, doing things only this way means I can trust this process, and not taking that risk, even though your heart is really guiding you to say yes to that risk, right? Calculated risks. It doesn't have to be impulse and you haven't even thought about it, and maybe that's what's happened in the past and you have your guards up with it. It's about understanding that, okay, you know what, there are possibilities that maybe it won't go that way, but you still have it within you to handle it. That's one of the biggest lessons for you right now. because you have so many ideas. It's time for you to start putting them into practice, right? But with the faith within you that however it unfolds, the divine unfolds, you're surrendering to that, you're doing your best to follow your divine guidance, and you're going to have faith that you can handle how this takes place, because there's a cycle you need to close out regardless of what's coming next. It's like you're looping in this, right? There's a new cycle waiting for you. It's going to require you to be way more adaptable. Okay, let's just get some more. Okay, Leo, strength card. So yeah, your courage, your confidence is being tested right now. You've gained a lot of wisdom, you know. It's time for you to really, you've got this leadership quality within you. People need you. It's almost like you have this ability to help other people see the light. Okay, I'm seeing the candle, I'm seeing the flame. Libra, justice, truth, legal matters. Maybe that's why you're stuck, because you are afraid that maybe there is something that's you've had to go through. So yeah, I'm hearing that maybe you did have to go through some kind of legal matters that really prevents you from wanting, you know, to moving forwards, because there's still this kind of you know, I'm hearing like this dark cloud or something, and this is where you need to learn how to release that within your system, because you do have the courage. It gave you courage. You need to start recognizing the qualities that it brought to you, you know, because there's something here about truth and integrity, which means your masks are going to come off, and this is another thing that's going to require your courage. What does that mean? It means vulnerability. Vulnerability is masks coming off. Okay, so this really is going to be, no wonder you feel like you're procrastinating, because what you're moving towards is quite, you know, it's a big deal. So that new version of you you've been working towards this entire time. The devil, yeah, the shadow self is really coming up to you right now. And maybe that's also something's come through about that justice card, so divine justice. So maybe there truly were karmic elements here that have you're really learning how to wrap up now and no longer stay stuck in. This has been going on, I think, for like a good year at least, where you've really begun to understand this. My goodness. Maybe your throat chakra really is something you're going to need to work on, you know, expression, true, authentic expression, yours. No one has your story. No one has your true, authentic soul, you know, blueprint, if you will. The Hierophant here, doing things the right way. So something here about maybe in the past you were driven by this devil energy, shadow energy, and this is what you're closing out. You know, you're learning that actually, because that was your shield. That was your shield, you know, your shield of protection. That's why this justice card's coming through, because you truly do have to learn how to operate in that integrity, in truth, to bring fairness and balance to the situation moving forward. What you want moving forward is going to be very different to what you've come from, okay? Oh, that was the Emperor as well. Okay, let's get some tarot to clarify what you need to be aware of. Who is this message for? What you need to be aware of. Okay, so Capricorn season, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Sagittarius, all on the table. Okay, death. Yeah, your transformation. But also I think there's something about really honouring the grieving process of the past versions of you, the skins that you've shed, and recognising who you don't want to be anymore, what you don't want to move forward, knowing that actually there are some things that might still be triggered in you. It doesn't just vanish. There's still some things that you're going to need to keep on top of, including there's a big thing about your truth. Maybe there's some things that you are, I don't know, I'm hearing maybe shamed, but also just yourself, that perfectionist energy, especially with the Virgo that's coming through, that perfectionist energy, you know, it's not about being this perfect ideal person, it's about being true to you. That's a Libra, again, justice, and that's the version of you that can truly connect to the right souls you are here for, you know, the right soul family, you know, and also that allows you to align with your purpose. That falsity, even just like that false protection that's trying to, I'm not going to take it, the false protective shield, you know, that's protected you for all this time. You know that it's not really of value anymore. It's time to release it. That's your comfort zone. 10 of Wands, again, heavy. Wrapping it up, remember, endings. You truly are experiencing endings right now, okay? Got the Knight of Cups there. Feels like a very fluid energy. Emotionally, you're learning how to have balance. Yeah, Temperance card, balance. Have alchemy with the, yeah, Three of Swords, the emotions. The pain, the heaviness of that pain that you've carried. It's been a burden, you know, and it's not just been your own that you've been carrying. You felt that heaviness every time you wanted to take action to move forward. And this time it's like, you know that you have to face it. Yeah, the devil again. You have to face it in order to move forwards. You know, everything that's stopping you, keeping you in that. whoever this is, I feel like you actually want to bring peace to a situation, and it could require some kind of communication, okay? But this is also where you get stuck in that shadow self that's coming up, the really heavy grief. It keeps coming through. The grief is like you have this heavy grief that you didn't really truly process, whoever this is, right? It's really stayed in the subconscious mind, and it's held you stuck from taking that passionate, action, from a more grounded space, because you need to bring truth into something. You need to bring integrity into whatever it is that you want to bring this harmony, this peace to, the situation that you want to bring peace to. Especially with that Hierophant there, again, Taurus energies as well, actually. Doing the right thing, stepping up. And every time you want to do that, that devil energy comes through. And this is exactly what the pivotal point you're at right now in this cycle. It's time to gain that courage, that strength card. Actually, Divine Justice is giving you the sword and saying it's up to you now. 5 of Wands. I think that I think that your own mind, you create these scenarios in your own mind. Maybe you do have something to do with jealousy. You experience that, and suddenly all these different scenarios are in your head, and you're fighting internal battles, and you're fighting them with people on the outside who don't even realize it's happening, And maybe it's because you have experienced that in the past, and you're bringing those situations forwards. But this is exactly the cycle that you're finding. This opportunity to break free from that, to end that cycle, right? Recognize that actually you are a dependable person. 8 of Swords, very, very stuck in that mind space. You are that grounded person. Bring it back to you. Something about you grounding is so important. Truly, because like I say, you do have a lot of passion and fire and eagerness to go. And it's about understanding the driving force of that. Is the intention from your heart space? From where you're being divinely guided? Do you need to pause? Do you need a moment? Queen of Cups. Do you need a moment to gather your emotion? To remember that trust. Recognize where it's fear driving, where it's illusion, where maybe it's just in desire and impulse. Again, the Hierophant, very, very big. This is a big deal. You're being guided right now. Somebody could really be getting some kind of high level help as well, some guidance, mentoring, or just somebody who they look up to. But I also feel like this could be somebody who you're someone who others look up to and want to come to for maybe help or advice or whatever. And maybe this is what you've experienced in the past, that he keeps you in that heaviness, that ended up hurting you more, what you gave. And I think that's because you were giving from a place where you needed a void world validation. It wasn't just giving because you had more than enough to give. It's because you wanted something, you wanted that validation in return, specific message, okay? And I was kind of like recognizing that ego death had to happen, so that you could recognize that you are human, and your individual purpose is about you finding that validation within yourself, that wholeness within that keeps coming through. Temperance, again, really true. You're going through a lesson of alchemy. Chariot. So when you're moving forward, that driving force with that Chariot, Cancer energies, there's balance there. And again, there's that understanding that no, you don't know how, not always, you don't always necessarily know the outcome, but you have this balance within you where you can find that grounded centeredness and say, okay. And that takes a risk in itself as well. Otherwise you're waiting forever. Oh, you're not ready. At what point are you going to allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to find that peace within me? And the only way you can do that is not put so much pressure and expectation on the outcome. King of Cups now as well, from stability, emotional stability, not avoidance, not detachment, as in like, it's good to detach in healthier ways, but this is kind of like that, just avoiding, So it's about you recognizing that you're not putting all this expectation and pressure on the outcome of whatever it is, because whatever that is, you can handle within you what you need to handle, right? This all makes sense of who it needs to. It's coming through like this for a reason. Okay, the King of Pentacles and the Lovers. This is grounded. The King of Pentacles and the Hierophant, very grounded, very dependable. This is the energy you have, the capacity within you to create, to cultivate, to be. Very Taurus energies, very, very grounded. Earthy energies coming through, okay? Wanting for nothing. This is the ultimate. This is that you're following your heart with that Lover's card there. Yeah, it's requiring that you have it within you right about now. It's like this battle, this internal battle of the past cycle that you're wrapping up right now. It's going to come through to test you. Like I said, it doesn't just go like this. You need to keep on top of it. Everything that you're telling yourself in your mind, everything you're seeing outside of you, and you think that it's a certain kind of story, repeating the past, or suddenly these insecurities are risen within you. Recognize it, step back, observe yourself, right? Get that guidance, too many cards. Get that guidance from who you can truly trust. You know, not just people around you who are just, be mindful of who you're going to. That's all. Okay, be mindful. First and foremost, you need to ask your inner guidance system. You need to get in touch with your inner guidance system. 8 of Wands, this is very much confirming what I said. This feels like there's some kind of communication that you want to make, you know, truly. And it feels like there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. It's rapid, it's fast, it's opportunity, movement. But with the Chariot, that's fast. But this King of Pentacles means you've got to stay grounded in this. Not to get caught up in everything of the past cycle. You're that trustworthy person. You're the dependable one. You're the safe space, first and foremost, for you. You've known this 5 of Pentacles, this emptiness, this loneliness. Maybe you do have a fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. And because it's hurt you in the past. You weren't expecting it. But this is where you had to learn how to not outsource. This was one of your biggest spiritual awakenings, to come back to yourself, to learn to love yourself. There was a void of love here. Truly, from a very young age, a Page of Cups from a very young age. Yeah, every time you try to express your emotions, whoever this is, it's almost like it backfired. So you've had to learn how to do this without expecting any kind of validation externally, while still allowing yourself to be vulnerable. You were guarded. King of Swords, so guarded when it came to communicating from your truth, your heart space. This is a very integrity-led, honoured-led king, right? But when you're talking about matters of the heart, or something that your heart is truly moving you towards, whatever that is, that passion, be mindful that you're not guarding yourself. You're not being maybe dishonest or like half-truths. You know, the masks are up, the shields, the guards. Yes, healthy boundaries. You're learning that balance. Again, with the Temperance, so much balance. You're learning the balance between that healthy boundaries versus overprotective guards that actually were developed as a child. Your ego protecting you. Your ego, your identity, your template protecting you. It's not who you are anymore. You're unlearning that. You're unraveling yourself. You really are. You have it within you, that capacity to so be that grounded, stable space. You know, there's something about your abundance path that's really important for you as well. Maybe you have been investing in that, you know, so externally maybe you have something about your abundance is important, okay? 4 of Swords, peace of mind. That's coming through a lot, actually. Peace of mind. Don't forget, you got the 3 of Swords there. Now you got the 4 of Swords. This is energy of, okay, you had the 3 of Swords. You made that decision. There's heartbreak. There's grief. Now it's just understanding this, contemplating it, meditating on it, reflecting. Not staying stuck here, you know, into non-action, but actually honouring the time of reflection, the time of pause, so that you can prepare yourself moving forwards. And then the 4 could be important, okay? Not saying stuck in the past. It's not about stuckness, okay? Because I think there's a lot of stuckness in your mind when it comes to telling yourself that whole story, which is when that heaviness comes through, it's when that shadow comes through. It's okay, everyone's got shadow. It's about learning how to deal with it, handle it differently, moving forwards. Remember, you have that sword of justice in your hand right now. Oh, yeah, 3 of Wands, strength again. This is about moving forwards, looking ahead. No longer there's this need to not just ponder and melancholy, whatever the word is, and be stuck in the past, but it's about seeing your future vision and holding faith in that. Allowing that to be your driving force. Not with impulse, but with heart, with strength, with courage. Your dream is yours for a reason. Remember, you're not here for a cookie cutter life. Very first message. You're here to help others believe in that magic, that miracle. Ace of Wands, your passionate new start. I honestly feel truly there's a desire here to move forwards, to get something unstuck. Something just feels so stuck, you know? And it's funny because it's just replicating and reflecting to you where you're stuck in your cycle still. Because it's in your hands to unstick whatever this is. Truly, that passionate new start. Wow. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. It's like you're juggling. You've juggled so much in the past, and it's time to stop juggling. It's time to start really investing wisely and saying, no, this is what I'm choosing. Truly, yeah, the Judgment card, the Fool, new beginning. Yeah, I think that you've had many awakenings, if I'm honest. I honestly do. And it's time for you to hold more faith. There's something about a red thread that's really important here. Don't forget that twin flame card was trying to come through before as well. So clearly, you're on a path of purpose. You are. It's about learning how to believe in that now. This Fool, brand new beginning, he's not taking all that baggage with him, but This is a whole new journey. You're going to learn a lot along the way. There might be more. The whole path of the human experience is to go through those cycles. The scars, the wounds, they happen, but you get to learn who you are along the way, the strength that you have within you. And sometimes it's exhausting. You're like, you don't want to have to keep having that strength. And other times you don't have to. You'll meet the right energies along the way, right? But it's about how much you're allowing yourself to be that person, how much you're believing in yourself, that inner yang energy. Remember, you do have it within you. When you know that I know you can feel it. When you do that thing that you're scared of, or you're procrastinating, or you feel so amazing. You feel it, I feel so good. I did that. Yes, you had it within. You have it within you. I think that you've had multiple opportunities to prove that for yourself, but again, there's still that energy where every time there's a new beginning to do that cycle again, you feel those again. So it's not easy to overcome whatever the shadow part of you is. It's not. It's deeply embedded from a very hurtful cycle in the past. It's like you don't want to have to do it. Maybe you do have some father wound or something, but there's such a part of you where sometimes I'm hearing something about being a burden, like you're not a burden. Knowing that you're not a burden is important. The Four of Wands, fours are important here. Four of Wands, you're in alignment, you're in a union. Wow. When you decide to move forward and unstick yourself from whatever this current bit is, it's going to go fast. And in a way where you're going to feel so passionate and excited about moving in that direction. You're going to feel that drive. I can feel it. You're holding yourself back right now. And it's understandable because you're still clearing through the shadow, and that's okay. The lovers. You're learning how to make the right decisions, to trust yourself to make those decisions. Okay? Right, let's see. Ten of Swords, yeah. Absolutely. That's dark, that's painful. This has been one of your most serious awakenings, whatever you're coming out of. You've had serious dark night, and I think multiple dark nights of the soul. I feel like there's been some kind of betrayal, something that you just did not expect. Very shocked at whatever happened, the movement forward, whatever it was. Four of Wands, why? So you could find your inner stability, your firm foundations within, not look for them outside of you, not expect them outside of you. Okay. The Hermit, big lesson. It might have been even a foundation that you had thought that you were building outside of you, maybe family, maybe some kind of connection, but it brought pain. Okay. It brought a huge lesson, huge karmic lesson. Okay. That's another thing you've been learning about. You've been understanding what karmic lesson means. That's what I'm getting here. Whoa. Like way too many cards there. That was a High Priestess though, so I do think that you've been learning, you've been kind of activating that oracle within you. Again, energies, not genders, right? That oracle within you, understanding, you're seeing things from a different perspective. The Page of Swords, maybe you're watching someone or learning some new things, about this kind of thing. That magic was coming from the very beginning for a reason. Maybe you truly are connected, Especially if you really are on that twin flame journey, you would be. Nine of Cups, strength again. You have to go on this path to learn what you truly deserve from the heart. I don't think you had time to reflect on who you've become, how you really have got the capacity to have all these cups filled, and also to recognize where along the way there were some cups filled. There were things that you can reflect on and say, wow, that was beautiful, and have the strength to say, okay, now I get to do this differently. I get to change that wheel, changing the outcome, not just staying stuck in that Ten of Swords, saying, okay, you know what, actually, taking all those swords out, I'm going to change this outcome. I know what I truly desire. I'm hearing Genie. Yes, Seven of Swords. In the past, you felt like your wishes were betrayed. So it's okay to take your time moving forwards. It's okay. Trust yourself. Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. You're scared. You're scared of being betrayed by love or whatever it is that you truly desire from the heart space. But that, again, has to do with, thinking that you can't handle it. Maybe you truly were hurt, but you need to start recognizing the lessons in that, because you have serious, deep spiritual lessons I can see. Strength that just keeps wanting to come through. Learning how to tame those inner beasts. That beautiful divine feminine energy in this strength card is the one who comes through that Empress and tames that lion. And here it's a bull. Tame as in, you know what? Simmer down, because that's the shadow. Simmer down. I've got this. I can handle this. I'm magnetizing what is in my alignment, and I'm alchemizing what is not, because that's part of your divine purpose. Page of Pentacles, learning where to plant those roots, where to truly water them, where to invest yourself. knowing your worth, truly. They've got the wheel here as well, the wheel, Page of Swords again. This change and this outcome is in your hands, truly. I'm just going to get a few more than we get the other deck, okay? Too many, I was a fool. Truly, this new beginning is going to require your leap of faith. First, you have to have faith in yourself, not just expectations on the external. You've learned so much. It's time to start reflecting on who you've become. Have more faith in yourself, that courage. The Strength card. My God. This is, if there's any takeaway from this for you, strength, your inner strength. I'm talking about the fake falsity. I'm not talking about fake it till you make it. I'm talking about the actual strength you truly have gained. It's time for you to start drawing on that. Because there's something about it where you're going to be an example to others. Like I said, that for very specific reason at the beginning, you are meant to be the example of that walking miracle. That people are going to be looking up to you. And I already said that along the way, that people already do, you know. I think you really need to start believing in yourself. It's a process, okay. Some things are a risk, or they feel like it. But I honestly feel like because it's come out like this for a reason, there's a bigger part of you that wants to take that gamble. You want to roll that dice. I can feel it. Eight of Pentacles, you want to work on this, whatever it is. Again, Knight of Cups, you are following this is you following your heart. You really want to. It's like this internal, maybe you are experiencing a bit of a tug of war, but I actually think it's trying to show you, divine is trying to show to you right now, where you have the upper hand with yourself, okay? We'll get just one more. 10 of Cups, how perfect. And the Wheel. Oh my God. All those lessons that you're taking with you, master to student to master, etc., etc. All those lessons of all these cycles, that Wheel, the 10, to the 10 of Cups, to finally investing in this ultimate emotional fulfillment. Such happy. This is like a happily ever after. You've got the 9 to the 10 of Cups finally. Finally you're getting that one more cup where it's like, that's it. Wishes fulfilled. That's big. That's massive. This is such a you process right now, and you have it within you. This is your confirmation that you needed, because you know you've got that drive within you. It just feels stronger and stronger along the way. Your conviction. Let's get you an animal card. Powerful. You're powerful. Looms. Okay, so this is about reawakening lost hope, going all in for what you truly desire. Deeply committed. Family could be on your mind, especially with this 10 of Cups, actually. Family. The energy of family. We'll get another one. Animal card for you. Oh my God. Phoenix. So this Phoenix card is confirmation of everything we've been saying, and why that fire energy was coming through so heavily before, expecting the unexpected. This is your total transformation. Your heart is immortal. Catalytic heart awakening. You're going through a complete transformation, truly a renewal. Death and rebirth. 24 could be important, okay? This is just confirmation of everything we've been saying. Now you're actually at that space where, number 10 as well, you really want to go all in for what you love, because you're seeing what that is, and you're believing in your power and your magic again, okay? Oh my God, you have the all-seeing eye, number 19. Magic keeps coming through for your eagle. You challenge the status quo. Very first message, you're not cookie cutter, you challenge the status quo. Longevity, you're here for this. You're here for the long haul. This is not something that you've been doing for sure. Well, your soul has known many lifetimes to get to this point. Important. Regal, proud. Start to embody this. That's what that white wolf, start to trust your inner guidance system, okay? This is the opportunity, again, new hope, it says here. You'll begin to see things very clearly from the past, present, and future. This is your big turning point. That's why that keeps coming through, because truly, there's that energy of investing more wisely and understanding where your heart is calling you. This is such a powerful message. I can feel it. Sagittarius energy again. Luck is on your side. Truly. And it could be that Sagittarius season could be really important, actually. Some of you mean in Sagittarius. You know, because I said you've got that power. You really want to move forward. You've really been pleased to the situation. You want some kind of communication to come through. So clearly, you're being prepared right now. It's just like this last little bit. And like I said, it doesn't just vanish and go away. You keep on top of it. You get better at handling it every time. That wheel, you are becoming the master. There are going to be other people who need you. Okay. You are becoming that hierophant. Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. So you and your loved ones are safe. There's something about that that's important for you. You and your loved ones are safe, because I did say something about family was coming through before, and I think this has something to do with the connection. So if you're having doubts about the connection you want to move towards, because don't forget that twin flame card that wanted to come through before, there's a reason you're going through this cycle. It's very personal for you. You are the one who needs to go through this. The connections that are destined for you, that are divinely aligned for you, that come on the path as and when you are ready. Okay, and don't worry so much about being ready. It's about honouring your truth. You're wrapping up this cycle. It's really important. Cancer energy is new in Cancer. Okay, what else do you need to be aware of? Oh my God, the message is just like pouring out, flooding out. Yes, exactly this, what we've been saying all along. Do not let the past hold you back. Your South Node could be very important here, okay? This is you now, not letting the past hold you back for there's a reason this is coming through for you. And it's coming through for you at this exact right time, because I honestly feel like it's, you know, that seesaw. It's like you're way more on this side where you need to be, but there's still this bit, you know, still this shadow that's coming through, and you have to understand that shadow. It's like that veil, and sometimes that veil will want to come through, and you know, but it's up to you to keep lifting it every single time. Like I said, it doesn't just vanish and it's like magically disappear, you know. Yeah, you have that magician's energy within you. There's magic around you. You are that magic. Remember that. Right? So every single time is for you to step back and observe what's happening. At whatever point you recognize it's there, that veil, not just juggle. You know, you've had this awakening for a reason. You're truly going through a serious awakening right now. So you can strengthen that strength that keeps and continuously wanting to come through your inner guidance system, your knowing, your instinctual energies, your intuition. Okay, I'm going to get a few of these just to see if there's anything else that you need to be aware of. And your guidance as you close out this beautiful cycle and allow this new beginning to come through. Yeah, again, do not let the failures of the past hold you back. There's a reason why divine timing exists. There's a reason why things happen in the past and they don't work out, because you needed to recognize the version of you who you were versus the version of you who you are now becoming. It wasn't just about what you wanted. It was so much bigger. It was about your purpose. You're here for others too. Okay, so maybe there was a poor start in the past, a misfire. And that's what you want to set right. I can feel it, the key. You're becoming that, the clarity that you're gaining, that breakthrough is coming for you. And like I said, when it comes, you're going to be all systems go, truly. But it's about honouring the signs along the way, honouring the rest along the way. Yeah, just as I said that, bellows, catalyst, passion, ignited, putting in the effort, getting it going, kindle. Okay. Be very mindful of external energies, whether they're in the past, the wheel, karmic cycles, whether they're in the past that you've experienced or currently in your present, how they're pausing you, how they're keeping you stuck. This isn't about harsh cut-offs or anything. You've learned better than that at this point. Right? You're understanding the honouring of healthily closing out cycles that are just not in your divine alignment, where you're meant to be going, not serving you at all. Yeah, fish, resources, and the tree. This is like a lavish divine supply you're multiplying right now. You're multiplying your vitality, your health, your connection to divine. Wow, this is powerful. And again, that I did say something about your external stability, your abundance. Something about that is also, and this could be you know, if you are starting something, maybe that entrepreneurial energy or just something where you're in a more of a position of power. And maybe in the past it didn't work, but there's something about this. Do not give up on where you know you are destined to be. And you know, it's not about knowing where you're destined, but it's about where your heart is calling you. Just keep calling you. I can feel it. You know, I'm not talking about a wounded heart wanting that external validation that we've gone through throughout the whole of this reading. Got it from the beginning, right? You know what I'm talking about. That's why you're here. You're ready to wrap up this cycle. Yeah, broom. You're ready to release it, get rid of it, purging. What, you know, even the things that were part of this identity that just aren't, even if they feel like they are fulfilling and they are abundant, it's just not part of you. Broom number 11, purging, deleted the unwanted as well, getting rid of it. Total renewal, restoring harmony, it says as well on that. It's important. Let's see what else wants to come through. Some guidance, see, heart and mind, your compassionate wisdom, your emotional intelligence, making decisions from a wholeness and holistic insights, right? An integrated space. It's not just one or the other anymore. Remember that King of Swords that I was talking about? Trusting yourself. Oh my God, just as I said that. The heart, literally. The heart. And then you've got this waterfall as well. Overflowing abundance, your heart. You're allowing yourself to listen to your heart finally and find that internal balance. Okay, number 24. Love, desire, joy, bliss, affection, fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness, romance. There's definitely something about your passionate nature that is big, but I think that maybe it's been misdirected in the past, but there's something about it where truly your heart, when your heart feels that fire, you know, It feels beautiful. I think maybe that's why you've been hurt in the past, because there was some kind of lesson that everything we've spoken about, it was you finding that within you first and foremost. Overflowing abundance, letting it go, release, fulfillment, finally, tears of joy. See what else. You're doing it. You got it, okay? Stay on top of it. Stay on top of your practices, temptations. When temptation calls, be mindful. It's your opportunity to get on top of it. You have that within you. It's what lays on the other hand. That's that communication. Be mindful. Be mindful of who wants to communicate with you while you're integrating into this new space. Because the past will want to come back. I'm not talking about the past where you want to reconcile or anything like that. I'm talking about, the losses, the emotional loss, the trials. Destiny is unfolding right now. There's fate here. There had to be this conviction. There's, it was duty. Duty, just be mindful of who you're listening to. And don't be so stuck on anything that went wrong when you were communicating here, because there's something, like I said, you want to find peace. Yeah, the letter, making contact. There's some kind of peace you want to bring to a situation. Don't be stuck on what went wrong, okay? Speaking your truth, megaphone. The helm, steering clear of that external that we just mentioned and charting your own course. Knowing that it's in your control now. You're mastery, guide, skillful. This is exactly what we've been saying. Clarifying the megaphone, being heard. Third person, that's just confirmation. Steering clear of that third person energy is clearly still there. Yeah, foggy glasses. Feminine energy here as well. Foggy glasses here right now. Willful ignorance, negativity, lacking judgment, divine intervention. You're experiencing this right now for a reason. So whatever this third party energy is that's coming through to try and bring that shadow side out of you, keep you stuck in that past that you are rising through the fires from, the ashes. Remember that phoenix? It's going to come through to test you. It's one of your biggest tests, so be grateful. Say, actually, you know what, my soul is expanding as a result of this. I'm getting to choose this divine intervention, these ascensions, this light code, serendipity. You're very determined, self-determined. There's freedom here. The path that you want to pursue, not the cricketer. There's freedom on this path for you. But this third person energy is coming through for a very specific reason, right? So let's get some more just to clarify. But everything's happening in divine timing. Divine timing. Not letting the past hold you back. Remember, look at this. The light bulb, enlightenment, breakthroughs, aha moments. This is big, okay? This is where you're actually getting your biggest enlightenment. So whatever this third energy is, be mindful, be thankful. Not to them, to yourself, right? This is divinely being orchestrated right now, 26, so you can get ahead of the pack. You can recognize and say, not this time, right? You and your loved ones are safe. Remember, they wanted to come through. This is your overflowing abundance. You're finally releasing it, letting go. Red flag, be mindful. You know the red flags now, just as that the keys. So change of heart. Whatever you used to move towards, that red flag behavior, you're recognizing it and you're saying, no, I'm regaining my freedom. I'm regaining my power. I'm transitioning this. I'm going on that new beginning. I know exactly where it's going to be. I'm going to chart this course. And you're finally freeing yourself. You're letting go. These are tears of joy. After chasing after something that just was constantly bringing that energy that you're now finally removing. There's finally a path for your abundance to come through. I think maybe this truly has been an abundance block for you as well. Misdirected passion. That sacral energy again. I think you're really working on your root right now. Finding that centeredness, that groundedness within you. Okay, you are that stable person. Yeah, firm foundations, as I said this, number 14, blueprints, firm foundations, your destiny, your roadmap. This is it. You're learning that now. It's not the same as everybody else's. Your thoughts are becoming things. As careful planning, you're visionary, King of Swords. You can see what you want, you're putting it into action, you're making it come into your reality. You have that power within you. But there's going to be things that come your way, the blocks. And that's what you're facing. It's just a reminder to step back. You got this. White feather. They're with you. Divine is literally sending you sign after sign. You know this. And you know this. Okay, number 7. And this also is a card of reconciliation, actually. Forgiveness again on that card. So again, like I say, something about you operating integrity that we mentioned from the very beginning, moving forwards for a reason. Peace. Miracles. This is about you holding that faith. There's purity, there's protection, leap of faith. You've been prepared for this leap of faith. A message, rising above, freedom, encouraging signs, positive signs. You are right now, watch out for the signs. Ask divine, say, you know what? Send me this sign if this is for me or whatever. Again, a card of reconciliation as well, actually. But again, this is about expression of warmth, gratitude, appreciation. There's art, there's creativity here. There's a gift. Okay, and I'm just going to get these cards here just because that keeps coming through about that reconciliation. I'm just going to see if there is anything about connection that you need to be aware of here. Moving forwards. Anything about your connection that you need to be aware of moving forwards. That clearly you want to bring some kind of justice to, even though right now you're being prepared for your new cycle, okay? Forgiving and learning, yeah, releasing your ex right now. You're releasing everything that you know is getting in the way. You're clearing your energy fields, deleting everything connected to what needs to be removed, and you know exactly what needs to be removed. I can tell. Forgiving and learning, honesty, truly, transparency. And you have to find that with yourself first and foremost. Wow, anything else that you need to be aware of for your connection? Reconciliation, very soon. Now, don't get stuck on timings, because whatever's happening here, like I said, you're the one who needs, and just under that is worth waiting for. Love yourself first. You're the one who needs to be prepared. I always say divine timing isn't like some magical date in the calendar, right? Magic. It is when you are ready. It's not about being logical here. It's about allowing yourself to process through this, surrender to the flow. So when those emotions come up, you say, you know what, no, I'm gonna do this. I've got this. Because you have, and connect to divine. Connect to divine. Reconciliation is on the cards, okay? So be mindful. Allow yourself to go through this process right now. Truly, allow yourself to go through this. Because you need to go, as you move forward towards it, you can't let that past hold you back anymore. Maybe if this is third people connected to your person, because this Five of Wands was coming through for a reason, you're keeping yourself stuck in this mindset of the past and these jealousies and these other people. You need to know. You need to release that. You're going to need to release that. Because there's a reason that's coming up for you. It's your inner child. Remember everything that we've been saying from the very beginning. And that's okay. Be compassionate with yourself. Be honest. And when the time comes, it's time to be transparent. Knowing that you can handle moving forwards. Because when you're in alignment with each other and you both want to work on this moving together, which is what you deserve. I want to make that clear. You don't just move towards something because you want it and you need it. Validations, because you both deserve this. Then you'll make that effort and you'll be honest with each other. Masks removed. Forgiveness keeps coming through. Clearly there's something you need to be honest about and you're not very happy about it. I can tell that. Remember that energy was coming through about that shame or whatever. That's again, you need to release that. And if this is your person, then you're going to need to release everything in that energy as well, because if you're feeling that towards them, they're going to be feeling it even more for themselves, right? Trusting the unfold, honoring your journey and who you've become as a result, your alignment that you're gaining. You don't have to do anything. I'm not here to tell you what to do. This is just guidance that's coming through for a reason. Whoever this is for, it will be aligning with you and you'll be recognizing this message. It'll be literally the breakthroughs that are coming through as you're really listening to this message will be coming through. You'll be understanding it. You'll be becoming enlightened even as you hear this message. It's coming through for you for a reason. Strength, courage, conviction. This is your freedom, your path to your freedom, your soul liberation. I super quickly just felt called to get you these because I feel like there's some kind of something internally that you need to be focused on right now. So let me just see. Something to do with your love, how much you love yourself is so important here. Okay, let's just see how much you are truly loving yourself, not from a place of ego, from your soul, seeing yourself clearly through the eyes of divine, seeing yourself through the eyes of divine, acting accordingly. This is what helps you to see others through the eyes of divine. Uninhibited and released. Wow, this one you've got a lot of passion within you, that energy that's surging within you. You're someone who you like to be uninhibited and released, That Taurus energy was coming through big, so that comfort, that pleasure, that hedonism. You've got to find that balance. Remember, that temptation message came through for a reason. Masks are off. Even when it comes to maybe this is actually something to do with your pleasure. You've had to wear masks when it comes to pleasure because there's something there. Kinks and stuff. I always say it's very sacred. Your kink is sacred. Alchemize it. No more masks. Heart-led. Oh, jealousy and possessiveness. Be mindful. See what else you need to be aware of. If there's anything else that wants to come through for you. You need to start seeing the beauty of who you are, truly. Body positivity, erotic bliss. Again, wow, you have a lot of pleasure inside you. This is where you've misdirected it before. Now it's like the warrior of love, redirecting it through your heart space. not being ashamed anymore. Okay, the lady who waits. So maybe there is someone who you feel like, maybe you feel like someone's waiting for you, or maybe you've been waiting for this for a while. Wherever this is closing out of this cycle, so you can finally take that leap of faith, you know, that plunge towards that 10 of cups, make it your reality. Remember, you have it within you to make this your reality. Your thoughts are becoming things right now. Quick manifestation skills, pay attention. Keep your mind in the right space, okay? Sweet surrender. I think there's a part of you that just wants to surrender, but you're needing to keep yourself in check. Really, that balance between your temptation right now and where you're being called is big, okay? True test of strength right now. Yeah, this is ending. There's some stuff that happened and it's come to an end. That's Eros and Thanatos. So clearly the endings are a big deal right now. It's time to honour those endings. Grieve and celebrate in equal measure, because there are things that you can celebrate. Okay, don't take this moving into the future. Everything we've been saying, okay. Balance and unity. Coming together in unity, balance, in truth. Okay, in justice, divine justice is unfolding right now, okay. So you've got the numbers 1, 15, 17, 21, 28 and 30. They could be important. I also have this energy that you might want someone else to surrender to this situation with you, this heart and head balance. So again, if this is what you want, you know that you need to be a trusting, safe space as well. This works two ways, both ways, okay? So again, you're working on it, and honor, every time you find that enlightenment, honor it, because you will feel this Two of Pentacles, you will feel this imbalance within you, you know? That's where that Temperance is coming through so strongly for you. That's where you've got to gain in and hone in on that beautiful strength to lift that veil of illusion of that shadow, okay? Because it's there for a reason. Everything that we've been mentioning that's snowballed into this place where there's all those projections. Time to remove those and see your truth, because you have it within you to create that 10 of Cups that keeps coming through, okay? Let me know if this message was for you. Pay attention to the beautiful signs that are coming through, okay? Sending so much love.